I'm Abraham Lincoln, and these are impacting interviews for people from the past and present that has shaped the world. Today, we're blessed with Marie Antoinette, all the way from Paris, France. I want to ask you, technically, are you still alive today at the time of this interview?
No, I'm not.
What age are you right now?
I'm 37.
If you're 37, when did you die?
I died October 16th, 1783, right after I turned 87, or 37.
37, at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
So, your birthday, I looked it up, November 2nd. Anything significant in that month to you?
No.
Just another birthday?
Just
Back
another
in
birthday.
1755? So when you were in Paris, France for quite some time, that's not necessarily where you're from. Where are you from?
Originally from Vienna, Austria, which is where I was born until about the age of 15 when I was sent to live with my husband in Paris, France.
So you're married at 15.
That's correct.
It's a little bit different in today's society. I want to know all the different challenges that you had in life. What was your biggest challenge? And how did you overcome that?
Probably becoming queen at such a young age because I was only 19 when I became the queen. And I was married at 15. And I never really got to see my husband before I was married. So I only got to meet him a year afterwards.
Wow. Married before you even seen the person for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Queen at a young age. How did you become queen at such a young age of 19?
Well, the king of France, he had passed, and so he had appointed his grandson king. And his grandson was set to marry. And so my father told me to marry him so that I would become a prince.
Wow. A lot of things that you are known for as we read today. Well, I want to know what really made you known and why.
My most famous saying was "let them eat cake." And this is when the people of France were growing up and they were in poverty. They didn't have much food for money and they couldn't eat bread. So I told them to eat cake.
So I'm guessing there was a lot of cake instead.
Maybe.
I wasn't there then, but I would only wonder what exactly that meant. So at the time that you're being 37, what do you see happening next, even after your death?
Well, I'm not exactly sure because I saw a lot of different things happening, but they never went the correct direction. Because after my death, many roles played into place with the French Revolution, and that wasn't necessarily my plan. My plan was just to have fun with life.
But now you were hurled into one of the greatest revolutions in history.
Correct.
Myself fully understands what that like. We had our own civil war in our own country, and I totally relate to what you're saying. I want to know, did you have a good relationship with your parents?
I did. I had a great relationship with my sister and my mother. When I was younger, my mother used to call me Little Madame Antoinette. And she raised me with my sister, who was 3 years older. And so my sister was also kind of my mother at the time.
So your childhood influences really shaped you to be where you are today.
Yes, I would say so.
I see, and you had both of your parents.
I did. I had my father, who was the Holy Roman Emperor. His name was Francis. And my mother, Mother Teresa.
What would you say was your purpose?
My purpose was to lead the people of France and to be a queen to them. And to also have nice things, because when I was in Vienna, I always had nice things, from private tutors all the way up to nice dresses.
Now, what was your reason for doing so many of the different things that you've done in life?
So my reason was for the social improvement and the approval of my parents back in Vienna. I wanted to make them think that I had everything and that I was higher up than they were at the time.
Did you think you got it?
In some ways, yes, but then I also didn't get my main goal, which was to be a good queen to the people.
What went through your mind right before you were actually beheaded publicly?
So right before I was beheaded, I did step on my beheader's foot. And I told him, "Pardon me, sir, I meant not to do it." And I started thinking back to 9 months before. 9 months before was when my husband was beheaded in the same spot. And now it was my turn. And I thought about my husband and how he had died, and how now I'm in the same position he was in, so how he must have felt.
Wow, that must be a real surreal experience. If you had any leaving thoughts to anyone out there, famous last words to inspire others to take action like you, what could you tell them?
I would say don't do it for the social approval. Do it what is right instead of what's wrong.
Those are very, very powerful. Do what's right, not for social approval. Miss Marie Antoinette, thank you so much for having the time to have this interview. God bless you.